On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the Mattel WWE figures. This comes to us from the Elimination Chamber wave, and today we're going to be looking at John Cena. And not the first time John Cena has been released in figure form. John Cena, I think, has been released about 3 or 4 different times. This comes to us from the Elimination Chamber. Package-wise, we got a picture of John Cena up at the top corner. Whether you like him or not, I mean, you got to give credit. John Cena does. I think John Cena is quite marketable. I mean, aside from Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, of course Hogan, I can think of very few other wrestlers that are as brandable and marketable as John Cena here. On the back of the package, got a picture, the poster actually from the Elimination Chamber featuring Batista. Down below the other figures in the wave, we've got Chris Jericho, we've got Undertaker, Batista, John Cena, we've got Drew McIntyre, and Rey Mysterio. You can collect them all. Oh, actually, it does say that you can collect them all. There you go. So that's packaging. What we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at John Cena. Stay tuned. You can't see me, but you can see John Cena here. As you can see, I've kind of got him in a you can't see me pose here. It's not a bad figure. I'll get right off the bat and say the one problem I have with the figure is that his face is extremely shiny. I don't know if it's intentional that way. Maybe he's been working up a sweat. But his face is definitely shiny. And as you can see, this John Cena sports the orange, both shoulder band as well as the wristbands, I guess. John Cena's had, well, I guess, for every time, John Cena seems to go through periods where he'll change out his color scheme. So like when he was wearing the orange bands, he wore an orange shirt and an orange cap. Now he's wearing purple, so now he's got a purple shirt, purple cap. Like I said, as mentioned in the earlier part of the review, John Cena is quite brandable. They can market everything with John Cena. I don't know, maybe that's why some adults don't seem to like John Cena as much, is that he's just, when he was the champion, he's just, to me, I can see it, he's been somewhat of a spoon-fed champion. WWE kind of just forces it down some of the fans' throats. They never seem to do that, I think, with Rock. With Rock and Austin, they just kind of let it run its course. But with Cena, they really try to drive home the fact that he's a good guy, he's drinking his milk, he's every boy's hero kind of thing. But the figure is nice. I like the figure. He's got his denim shorts there. Of course, I've got him on his display stand that you can take off. And much like all the other figures, you can take the Elimination Chamber card off. It's just a piece of cardboard. It slips into the display stand. And you can have the display stand just on its own if you like. I'm almost the type, as much as I don't necessarily like it says Elimination Chamber, if I was to take it off, this probably would get bent. So I think I'm probably just likely to keep it in the stand itself. Like so. I'll just put it to the side for a second. John Cena seems to share the same torso as Batista. I don't know, I don't believe his arms to be, I don't actually have Batista with me here, but I don't believe his arms are the same as Batista's. I think the torso works better, I think, on Cena than it does on Batista, just because Batista's got a bit of a different torso. His chest is a little bit different. In the way of his articulation, John Cena's got a full articulated head, fully articulated shoulders. You can bend in and out and rotate. You can rotate the bicep. You can bend at the elbow. Rotate the hand. You can also bend the hand. No articulation in the mid-torso, but he does have a swivel at the waist. You can bend the legs out. You can't bend them out, unfortunately. Out sideways at least, but you can bend at the knee. You can rotate at the foot, and you can bend the foot up and down. John Cena used to have a finisher called the FU, but I guess being that he was trying to be marketed to kids, they've dropped that. He used to have a submission called the STFU, but now his submission is the STF, and they've changed the FU to the I can't even remember the name of it now. I don't like it. It's attitude adjustment. I don't know why they call it that. It's a horrible move. But essentially what it is it's a similar. It used to start similar to a Death Valley driver that Saturn used to use. But it's become less of a Death Valley driver and more of he puts the guys on his shoulder and then he slams them down, kind of like a flapjack of sorts. He's tried varying it up at times, but it always seems to go back to him kind of laying down and splashing the guy. I do like the figure. I just wish, the figure is $13.99. We're starting to kind of get, as we get up in the 2010, certainly the prices of toys are going up. A figure like this, I would say even like 4 or 5 years ago, this figure probably would have been about $9.99. But now we're starting to get into a $14, $15 average cost of toys. But I find for $15.99 or $14.99, I paid $13 for this guy, but to pay $13 for him, it would have been nice if they had at least given us a hat, a little cap you could put on him, maybe even the dog tags. He has no torso articulation, which the elite figures do have, but then you start paying $22, $23 for the figures, and I think by that point that's asking a lot for figures. But the John Cena I like. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think they really need to push Cena as a heel. Just give him at least one heel turn. But at any rate, John Cena, I'm gonna give a 6.72, a 6.52. He is a nice figure, and if you are a Cena fan, I would say he's worth picking up. Today's toy spot, we were looking at the Mattel WWE Elimination Chamber figures. Today we're looking at the Professor of Thugonomics. He doesn't really go by that anymore, but we were looking today at John Cena. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.